Welcome back to Crochet Hangout. In today's tutorial, we're going to be teaching you how to do the crocodile stitch, which is more of a difficult stitch than most realize. I actually just learned it, taught myself a couple of days ago because I saw a really cute hat with a pattern that used crocodile stitch, but I had never done it before. It consists of chains, double crochets, and front post double crochets, which the stitches themselves aren't difficult, but the pattern is a little bit intricate, so we're going to break it down in today's tutorial. So I'm just using some leftover yarn from a project that I just finished. It is Red Heart pink yarn, and I'm just using a size J 10 hook. So the crocodile stitch is worked in multiples of 5 plus 1. So you can do 25, 30, 35, as many stitches as you want, but I'm going to do 20 stitches plus 1 for the extra turn in the beginning, just to show you the basics so it won't take too long to get a couple of rows done. So we're going to start with our regular slip knot, and we're going to chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so for the first row, this is the rows are worked in like a pattern, in the sense that there are two distinct rows and they're repeating every other. There's the almost like the foundation row, and then there's the row that builds the scales. So we're going to start with the foundation row. So we're going to do 2 double crochets from the 6th chain from the hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 double crochets in here. And then we're going to chain 1, and then skip 2 chains and do 1 double crochet in the next. Oops. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 2 chains, and then do 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So this is the pattern of the foundation row. It's 2 double crochets, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1 every time you skip 2 stitches in, or 2 stitches in between. So we're just going to continue that until the end of the row. So skip 2, do 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip 2, do 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip 2, and then in the last you're going to do 1 double crochet. So that is the first row, and now we're going to start making, so this is what it looks like, and now we're going to start making the scales, which this is where it gets kind of difficult, so I'm going to go really slow, because I had a hard time figuring it out, even with a video tutorial the first time. It really takes some practice. So what you're going to do is chain 1, and turn. And you're going to start by doing 5 front post double crochets in the first double crochet of this like pair that you have here. So you're going to yarn over, and what I like to do is, because you're going to be working on this side first and then this side, so I'm going to pinch it and just pretend we're working sideways. So there's 1, I'm going to go underneath the post instead of working in the top, 2, 3, 4, 5, alright, so you can see it's kind of twisted, but in reality, the 1/2 the scale is being it's coming down, and then the other side's going to be going up. So what you're going to do is flip it so it's this side. You're going to grab your yarn to make sure you have it, and you're going to pinch that and work it from the second side. So the left side of the left double crochet in the pair. So you're going to do is yarn over, go underneath, pull through, and then do 4 more double crochets underneath the second double crochet in that first pair. So this is 3, 4, 5. All right, so we finished the first scale, and you can see that you can also just take this out for a second and then adjust your scale, because sometimes they get a little bunched up when you're crocheting. And your scale might be a little bit tighter, it might be a little bit looser, it depends on your style of crocheting. But, oh, I should have the yarn on this side. There we go, a little bit easier. But now, since it's kind of flapping here, we need to do a slip stitch in the top of the single, like the 1 double crochet next to anchor the first scale. And you're going to end up having 3 scales. So for every like 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, you're going to have 1 scale. So that's how it works. So next, we're going to do the double crochet, or the front post double crochets again. So we're going to, so here's the first double crochet of the pair. So we're going to fold it in half almost, pinch it, go underneath 5 times. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if we look at it, this is coming down, you can see like so, so we need to go back up. Oh, I lost my hole there. Should I have that? So we're gonna go onto this side. So you see how it's, we're gonna make it vertical, fold it in half, and here is the second one of the pair. So pinch that and go underneath it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I can see it's already a little bit bunched up here. So here's the 2 scales. So we'll just space those out a little bit, just make it a little bit nicer. You can do that at the end if you want. So now we have 2 scales. We need to anchor this one. So here is the next singular double crochet. We're going to do a slip stitch in the top of that to anchor it. And now we're going to do our last scale. So again, make it vertical, fold it in half, pinch this the right side of the pair, the double crochet, and do 5 front post double crochets underneath the post. 1, 2, oh, I haven't done 2 yet. Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a little tangled there. Get that untangled real quick. That always happens to me. Alright, so you can see if you flip it the right way, we have our 2.5. So what we need to do is make it vertical, fold it in half, pinch, and then you've got the second on the left side of the pair, the last pair. We're going to do 5 front post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we have got our 5 here. Alright. So now we have to anchor this. So what we have left is this like chain 6 here. So we're gonna do it in the 5th chain from the top. So just do a slip stitch there to anchor it. Doesn't matter if it's the 4th, 5th, or 6th, just as long as you anchor it. So this is the 1st and 2nd row of the crocodile stitch. So now what we need to do is build another foundation row. So you're going to do chain 3 and flip it. You can kind of see how it has like a foundation on the back. So we're going to make that again. So this chain 3 counts as the first double crochet in a double crochet pair. So you're going to do another double crochet into the bottom of that chain. So that counts as the first pair. Then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to do a double crochet into the middle of the scale. And then you're going to do a chain 1 and you're going to do 2 double crochets into the slip stitch in between those 2 scales. Doesn't have to be a perfect placement, just as long as it's in between. So that's 1, 2. And you're going to chain 1, do a singular double crochet in the next scale, chain 1, 2 more double crochets into the top of the slip stitch in between the scales. It's 1, 2, chain 1, go into the singular double crochet into the next scale, chain 1, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets into the top of this chain area here. It doesn't have to be a perfect placement as long as it's on the corner. Alright, so now that you have, this is the front, so you have like that foundation row again. So we're going to do one more what's it called? Oh, scale row again. So now we chained 1 and we're going to do 5 post double crochets, front post. So you're just going to do it into this front post here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so there's the first half. And you'll notice that the scales aren't done on top of each other, they're kind of staggered. That's kind of how these work. So now we're going to do the second half of the scale, folding in half. Here's the front post, so we're going to go underneath. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's a little bit faster there. So we've got our scale. We're going to go into the top of this next double crochet to do a slip stitch. So you can see that they're kind of starting to layer. So here's the first double crochet in the pair. So we're going to fold it in half and pinch. Do 5 front post double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so then bring it down. There's the half. So we're going to fold it in half from this side. Here's the second of the pair there. Go underneath. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so there is our second scale. I slip stitch it in, anchor it, next one. Now got another scale here. So that's 1, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, not 6, I'm sorry, 5. Got a little carried away there. So there's the half, fold it this way, go underneath this one, the second double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's gonna be another 6. So there's our next one, and then just going to anchor it, and then you can do the last one if you want to. It's completely up to you whether you want to do an extra one on the end. I've done it both ways, where you can have an extra one here, or you can just leave it as it is because it will shift over to this side when you do the next foundation row. But if you just alternate the foundation row and the scale row, you will have a really nice pattern here of these crocodile looking scales. They also kind of look like fish scales to me, but either of them works. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you, and if you have any confusion, leave some feedback down in the comments and we'll try to get back to you.